I think we're live.
Okay, cool. We're live.
Okay, we had trouble going live downstairs. We had to reset up everything. Sorry about that. It was like a little stage change. I feel like we should show them what room we're in.
Except then if you move that, we may never get it.
Oh, maybe we'll show you afterwards. We'll show you
We
afterwards.
are currently propped up by a cleat and a credit card.
I have to show you this. It's so awesome.
We will take a picture of the setup for you.
Yeah, we will, for sure. Anyway, my name is Nikki Triunfo. You probably know that because you're...
super fans of her.
Well, you're on on my page.
And I'm Heather Clark.
Yeah. So we're here. This is the final session of Plot Your Novel. We have to sit like super close because this is Facebook Live, so it has to be recorded by our phone. So we really like each other. Don't worry. Hello, Wendy.
Hello.
Thanks for coming. And you
yay,
guys can
there's
chat
a
us.
person.
I know. I'm so glad.
And we can actually see the chats this time.
I know. It's
amazing.
It is nice. And this will be a great forum for us because we're going to go on, off, just like before. And we're going to we'll start right up. And when I had it all set up so that I could put in the links to all of this, but we're just going to put it in 5 minutes, so just sit tight if you don't have all of the links. Okay, so we're going to go right on to session 11. We're talking about persuading your audience, which is kind of like manipulating your audience to feel certain emotions. And don't worry, you're not even selling them anything, I guess, except for your novel, which is relatively
You are
inexpensive.
actually wishing...
That's true.
I'm not selling them anything. Nikki
You will be
is.
eventually. You will be eventually. But you, so...
And we want to wave at you, too.
Yeah. So anyway, you are selling them something, but don't worry that you're manipulating them in a bad way, but you are manipulating them. You are trying to cause a certain emotion to come over them as they read. And so we're going to be talking about 3 ways you can kind of manipulate people, and this is true for everything that you do, but we'll use it for novel writing. And that is logic, credibility, and emotion. And so when you are writing, you're going to want to make sure that your world has some degree of logic to it.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that it needs to have a logic that our world has.
Nope, it just has to keep its own rules.
Exactly. And you want to set those rules pretty early in the novel, and you're going to want to know them as an author. Mm. And so, so our writing exercise right off the bat, what are the leaps of faith that you like to make with books that you read
in your genre.
In the genre that you're writing? And then what leaps of faith will your writers need to make in order to read your book?
Okay, so I'd love to hear an example, like, based on what you're writing right now.
So, like, the leap of faith for mine is that the girl, well, for what I'm writing right now.
Or maybe what you just finished.
Well, for Shatter. I'll just do it for Shatter because it's whatever, it's coming out. But, and it's been on my mind. But, so the girl is going to, she's a 16-year-old and she's going to solve the mystery. So anytime you have a professional solving a mystery, you kind of have to go over, you have to do this credibility thing for why only she can solve it.
Right.
Like, why isn't it the police? Why isn't it? So that's already like preset.
Why does it have to be her, and why do we believe that she could do it?
Right, like almost every murder mystery has to have that if it's a non-professional sleuth, which is like pretty common. Right. So that one's kind of set up for you. The other one that I'm doing, you know about my CrossFit novel, right?
No.
This girl, she's a dancer. And her mom owns a dance studio, and the dance studio is going under because this more powerful gym has moved in down the street, and they're like getting all the members to go over there for a cheaper price. And she, her studio is next door to a guy who owns a CrossFit gym. Only I had to make it a cross training gym because CrossFit is trademark. So anyway, he's a cross training gym, and he thinks they've been in this rivalry where he thinks that cross training is better exercise than dancing, and she thinks that dancing is like the best ever, and that she's so cool. So this, the leap of faith that you have to believe is that this cable television TV show shows up and says, we're going to pit you two against each other, and whoever wins will get advertising. And they both desperately need the advertising in order to keep their doors open. Okay. So they're both super motivated to win. Plus, they want to win anyway. Plus, of course, they're going to hook up at the end, because it's a romance thing. So, okay. So anyway, basically, you can have your logic be whatever you want, but the reason why you want to know it is because you want to get that logic out in the first quarter of the book, and you don't want anything to jump out at the reader that doesn't.
Well, and like with my current middle grade that's at the Southern Sub right now, I think the leap of faith with that one is that she thinks that she can do this big thing. She's going to do this big, awful thing.
And that she authentically is young enough that she believes she's invisible.
Right, so I have to get you to think that she's actually...
That she really thinks
that she believes these things.
Right.
Enough to go with her on the journey, even though you won't believe that.
Right. But she's young enough, and you're with her. You're with her. And
But
that's
it's a
the
fine
thing.
line. It's
yeah,
tricky.
it is, and it's a lot of people like high concept, so it's really fun. They actually want to have it be a little beyond what would be in the normal world, but you just have to set it up for them early. So knowing what it is good.
Right.
It's a good thing you can't see me because I'm not dressed.
We aren't either. Just
It's
kidding.
okay.
No.
I know.
We only showed from.
No,
I'm
that's
just kidding.
oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I'm
okay,
kidding.
we're gonna stop. You write down now what leaps of faith you want and you want them to be making some. Don't say nothing, because that's kind of boring. Make us have a leap of faith. Okay, so you guys go ahead and we're gonna finish this, and we'll come back in like 5 minutes.